Hey, hello. Today's project is actually going to be specifically a home improvement one. Hopefully it will be a small project, but has the potential to turn into a medium or possibly even large one if things go badly. So let's show you what we're up against. So this hose bib here, I'll need to trim around it here, has leaked forever. Anytime you move it, it's almost impossible to get it shut again. So we're going to try to fix that. I started this a couple weeks ago. I was going to fix the hose bib, the external faucet. If you open it, it's almost impossible to get it closed all the way again completely. It's got a lot wrong with it, so I was going to take it apart and see if I could fix that. And we may or may not get back to that today. Eventually we will, and I'll get into more detail on that. But when I went to turn the water off to the house in order to do that, because it didn't have a separate shutoff between the whole house water and that, I realized that the house water wasn't shutting off all the way. Probably somewhere between 10 and 15 years ago, we put in a new electric water heater, replaced the one that was in here, and I was able to shut off the water then. I don't think we've had it off all the way since then. But anyway, it's not working now. So let me show you what we've got. Here, this water comes in right there from underground. And this is where it's supposed to shut off. This is the dryer vent. I had to move the dryer in order to get to this. I'll show that in a little bit here. But this knob here, I turn it all the way off and the water pressure goes down, but it is not shutting off completely. So my plan is to go shut off the water at the street. So I've got a tool I can do that even if I may not strictly be supposed to or not. I ask forgiveness rather than permission and just get that shut off. Come in here, dismantle this. Hopefully I can just grease it up, put it back on with some silicone plumber's grease. See if that works. If not, it might just need an O-ring or something. If I can't get this together, as you can see, this is actually soldered in there. And I'm fairly confident that I could probably sweat those pipes back together if I had to replace that, but I've never done it, and that does not, it's probably not the place for me to learn how to do it. So, if I can't get that together, I'll put it back together where it doesn't leak, and then I'll think about calling a plumber, and everything else will just be on hold, as far as the exterior, the hose bib and all that. So, right now, I'm going to go turn off the water. So I've got this handy tool here. Let's see if we can figure out. Get a notch somewhere around the edges here, I think. Little critters. Maybe not. There we are. Alright. Now, should be off. Ought to be off. We will see in a moment. Back inside, and the water is off. So here's the situation with as a dehumidifier, because it's very humid here. Dryer's down off of here, so we can get to things. And just got a bucket and put it down there because it will probably dribble a little, even though the water's off. There's still water in the pipes, so all the water that's up above this, at least some of it's going to come out there. So we will get started and see what we can see. We need to hold this back so that it doesn't twist there. That's going to be that. And then this front should unscrew. So, and yeah, that's not holding well. Let's try that. A little different here. There we are. Righty tighty. Other way, dummy. There we are. That's already just hand tight there. Huh. Maybe there's more to it than that. Shouldn't be. Shouldn't need to take that off either. So what's going on here? bent. Well, I might have made a large mistake. I may not be able to do what I think I need to do here. Yeah, we got some water leaking out, so it's doing something in there. What is that? Whole piece coming after all. This is risky. This could be a call to the plumber if I've got this too wrong. Yes, okay. Whew. That was a little nerve-wracking. We'll see in there. So, that's not the outside nut. It's the inside one here that I thought was just for holding. Probably just scale, not clean. This is the piece. It's supposed to stop the water, and yet it does not. Huh. Seems like there ought to be something inside there. Need to run the water for a little bit after I'm done with this to get any of the residue out of here. There does not seem to be any kind of rubber washers or anything, so I'm going to put everything on pause again while I go try to figure out what I need here, if it's a part I can get. Hope so. Back from Ace. They're just opening, actually the grand opening's in a couple days from now. They're not even actually, they're open, but they haven't had that yet. There's a new one opened up closer to the home, so it's the first time there. Pretty decent selection. They had something I think will work, and then a plan B. The plan B would be to just cut this one out, remove it, basically slides over the copper tubing and attaches that way. I'd much rather stick with what we have and just have a working mechanism. So we'll see if we can do that. All right, so this is pulled out of the old one. This is the actual gate valve that slides in and covers in here, slides in that slot. And my suspicion is just that this has gotten so much scale and build up on it, it's just not seating and making a good connection. So I could probably reuse this, but I got a new valve. I'm going to take the gate and faucet mechanism off of this one, or at least the gate out of it, and see if I can fit it onto there. But first, I need to clean that mess out of there. It's not terrible, but I need that to be able to make a good seal. So that is where we are at now. It's disassembling this and then trying to clean the inside there and then see where we are. I'm going the wrong way, that's why you get me. Alright, and we're loose. Gate. Fairly certain it's the same size. Might be just a tad narrower, actually. That's not good. Yeah, it is. Well, maybe that's just probably the gump on there. Well, we'll give it a try and see. Clean out what we have here first. Actually, let me see if this even threads on here. No, it does not. So we'll have to reuse the old stuff and just change the gate out. Better look scraping brush. Maybe just clean up the old gate now when you reuse that. Pocket. My idea was to get some lime and scale remover, since that's pretty much what's on here. See what I could do about that, but I said not to use it on brass, and this is brass. So, handy dandy plastic knife for scraping it, hopefully without damaging it, and then a bit Scotch Brite, I guess. Since I don't have running water, I might as well just use my little bucket of catch water down here to see what I can do.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Doing this, because I didn't know what kind of valve it had either. I thought I'd probably be replacing some rubber. Polishing brass is one way to go about it, I suppose. Alright, now let's see what we can do about the interior. Don't know. Yeah, that's not gonna fit. I think I will try this on the Dremel. It's a really soft plastic bristles and Dremel.
More moments later.
Silicone grease and the seals. And that's the crack side, so that's the side we'll put up. There we go. But not super tight. Alright. I don't need to take that off, but I did, just to see. Make sure I knew what all the parts were. Finger tighten that for now. Alright. Down in. Up. Down in. Alright. Now, I'm going to go turn the water on at the street. Alright, step one was successful. Turn the water on at the street, and this is turned off, and there's no water in the rest of the house. So now I'm going to turn this on. A little bit of a drip there. We'll have to see about that. That should be easy enough. It's just at the end. I hear water going through the pipe. I'm going to run some water upstairs and then come back and shut this off and try again. Alright, that was a success. We have water. So now, the real test, or the final test, is to turn it all the way off again and see if that actually shuts off the water. I'll be back. Alright, 100% success so far. But while that's turned off, I'm going to loosen this back up and fix this little bit of a drip. But the water is off using the shutoff. So, success. We're all done with that. This afternoon I'll get back to the other half, or the first half, or whatever, the other part of this project, the original reason for it, and that's working on the outside faucet. Originally I was just going to combine, go straight from fixing the house shut off into working on the hose bib outside, but partly it was just getting a little bit long, worried about it being a little tedious, plus I need to go back and try to recover some footage for the hose bib video that I can't quite find right now. And plus I needed one more video. I'm not going to have time to get up a video the next couple weeks specifically, so I'm trying to get this done a little bit in advance so I can get these scheduled and get these out. So next week we'll continue what would have been the second half of this video, which will be the hose bib. But for now, we got done with the house shut off. It's not completely off my to-do list because it's, just kind of a good enough for now sort of fix. It's not a complete fix. Next time I go to shut it off, I suspect I'm going to have some issues with leakage, and I'm going to have to try to get, it's not going to shut off enough. I'm going to have to go in and clean things out again. I'm not sure if the gate type valve is the right thing for the house shut off. Somebody out there who knows more about plumbing can correct me, but it seems to me like that's something that stays open the way that does. It's just asking to get built up inside there where it's not going to close and seal properly if it's open for years at a time, like a house shut off is going to be. I think like a ball type valve where you have a ball, basically a brass ball in there that's got a hole through it. When the hole's lined up with the pipe, water flows through and then it turns sideways to stop the flow of the water. It seems to me like something like that would be a much better solution for something that's going to be open for long term like that, because the buildup in there is not going to have as much effect on whether or not it's going to seal up when you do turn it off. So I'll have to look into those types of things when I get around to actually replacing that valve, but it's moved way down on my to-do list now. I mean, it wasn't really on there to begin with until I started working on the hose bib. But now that I know it needs to be done, it's on the list, and I'll eventually maybe get to that, but there's a lot of things that need priority over that. It's not a terribly important thing that needs to be dealt with anytime soon. So got it handled. So that's all for today.